It moves in slowly from somewhere you weren't watching. High pressure to the east of where I sit. The gradient already starting to permit a slow migration of the tension held across the chest. The pressure gradient felt by something lower moving in from far, a weather system or a bass guitar. The gradient is physics and it's real, the slow migration of the way I feel. The gradient moves from high to low without a single moment of announced devout relief. It simply shifts and you arrive on the other side, surprised to be alive. Pressure gradient moving through the room, high dissolving slowly into gloom, then lower, then to something close to rest. Pressure gradient moving through the chest. The body is a weather system too, high and low and everything it's through, creating gradients. The music reads and fills the bass, responding to the needs of a system seeking equilibrium. The groove providing the right medium for the gradient to move across and fight the low pressure waiting in the mind. The gradient knows no urgency or clock. It moves when physics says and doesn't knock. Pressure gradient moving through the room, high dissolving slowly into gloom, then lower, then to something close to rest. Pressure gradient moving through the chest. What if all the tension that I carry is just a gradient waiting to vary towards something lower, wider, more at ease? What if the There is a line that runs through every night, where everything becomes possible by becoming nothing. The meridian low is not a place, more like a frequency inside a space between the named emotions and the rest, between the trying and the dispossessed of effort. On the meridian low, the compass loses where it needs to go, and that is not a failure, that's the gift. The meridian providing the whole shift. The low meridian runs through the chest, east and west of everything at rest. Meridian low, the line between everything I've been and haven't been. Run through the middle of the night. Meridian low, the line that feels right. The bassline is a meridian drawn from dusk, extending all the way to dawn, dividing what was tense from what can rest. The east side of the low from what's compressed. On the west, the groove, a cartographic thing, a line through everything that frequency can bring to those who need a border to dissolve. The meridian low, the nightly song. The line runs through and doesn't ask permission. Meridian low, the groove's on mission. Meridian low, the line between everything I've been and haven't been. Running through the middle of the night. Meridian low, the line that feels right. The rest between the notes are low bearing. Every silence in the groove worth wearing. As deliberately as any sound. The negative space where the real is found. Not in the bass note, but the breath around it. Not in the melody, what surrounds it. Negative space, the architecture soul. The empty parts that make the music whole. The space between is never empty air. Negative space is everything still there. Negative space, the shape of what's not played. The silence that the careful groove has made. More present than the notes that fill the bar. Negative spaces where the deep things are. The pursuit who knows to leave the gap, who lets the empty measure fill the map with something only listeners provide. Their own frequency moving inside the negative space. A collaboration between the music and the imagination of whoever's listening at this hour. Negative space, returning all the power. What isn't there is also a design. Negative space, don't define this line. Negative space, the shape of what's not played. The silence that the careful groove has made. More present than the notes that fill the bar. Negative spaces where the deep things are. I've been filling every silence out of fear. That empty meant that nothing good was here. The negative space taught me in this slow that what you leave unplayed is how you show the depth beneath the surface of the sound. The negative space is where I'm finally found. Not in the notes I played, but in the room I left between them, breathing in the gloom. The track is mostly space if you listen right. The notes are just the edges of the night. The negative space, the actual terrain, where all the feeling leaves between the strain of sound and sound. The gap that held us still. The negative space, the groove was built to fill with your own frequency, your own idea. Negative space was always waiting there. Negative space, the only space right now. Between every note and the next, the grain of silence speaks. The vinyl crackle between songs at night, a grain of silence holding its own light. Not noise exactly, texture, depth and age. The grain that lives between each recorded page of music, proof that something real was made by human hands before the sound was played. Grain and silence, analog and warm, the texture of a world before reborn. The grain is not a flaw, it is the proof that something real was captured, something true. Grain, silence, texture in the low. The imperfection is the only show. Worth watching in the dark at this late hour. Grain and silence, soft and full of power. Digital is clean but misses this. The grain of silence in the dark, the bliss of imperfection moving through the room. A warmth the perfect signal can't assume. You feel the grain before you hear the note. A texture in the air and in the throat that says this came from somewhere, someone made the sound, this groove, this analog. Silence has a grain if you go slow enough to feel the texture of the low. Grain and silence, texture in the low. The imperfection is the only show. Worth watching in the dark at this late hour. Grain and full of power. I've been chasing clean for far too long, looking for the perfectly produced song. But grain and silence taught me in this hour, the texture is the whole source of the power that moves me. Not the pristine or the bright, but the worn and honest grain of the night. The crackle between tracks, the hiss, the warm. Grain and silence riding out the storm. By now the grain is all I want to feel. The proof that something here is wholly real. Not generated, not a clean construct, but made by hands and pressed and introduced into a world that needs the grain to know that someone real was here below the surface of the polished and the proud. Grain and silence, intimate and loud. The crackle fades, but grain remains in me. A texture in the low frequency. Silence. Every empty room is broadcasting something you haven't learned to hear yet. The hollow of the room before the bass, a negative space holding its own grace, empty but transmitting walls alive with frequencies that somehow still survive. From every sound that ever filled this place, a hollow transmission leaving trace of what was played and what was felt, and when the room remembering it all again. The hollow is an absence, it's a send, a transmission without a start or end. Hollow transmission, walls still warm, broadcasting past the end of every storm. Empty rooms are never truly still. Hollow transmission always will. I add my frequency into the mix, another layer in the hollow's tricks of memory. The bass note joining all the notes before it echoing the hall of what this room has held and will hold still. Long past the night, long past this particular thrill of being awake when sleeping is the norm. Hollow transmission riding out the storm. What we transmit into the hollow stays. Hollow rooms collecting all our days. Hollow transmission, walls still warm, broadcasting past the end of every storm. Empty rooms are never truly still. Hollow transmission always will. I wonder what the hollow holds of me from every night I played into it, free of judgment and of audience and cost. Every frequency I thought was lost into the room. The hollow kept it all, a transmission archived in the wall, broadcasting slowly back when I return. Hollow transmission, everything I learned. The session ends, but hollow keeps its feed, broadcasting back exactly what I need to hear. A residue of who I was 3 hours ago, before the bass, because of everything the hollow holds. The me that only laid and low and dark sets free. isn't empty, never still. Hollow transmission, always will. The line between awake and gone is where the music lives best. The fading threshold, soft and undefined. The border between body and the mind, dissolving in the frequency and low. The place where grip releases and you go into something neither here nor there. A fading threshold breathing its own air, not sleep exactly, something just before. The fading threshold open like a door. At the threshold everything gets thin. The fading line between the out and in. Fading thresholds, soft and almost gone. The groove still playing, still and moving on. Neither here nor sleeping in between. Fading threshold, the most honest I've been. The music moves through threshold states the best when the critical mind is gone to rest, but the body still receives the frequency, still processing the low and still feels free to move in its own cellular way. The fading threshold where the deep things stay, when consciousness is thinned enough to let the bass move through without a second set. The threshold fades and opens at once. The fading line between the thin and ones. Fading threshold, soft and almost gone. The groove still playing, still and moving on. Neither here nor sleeping in between. Fading threshold, the most honest I've been. Maybe this is why we play it long. The 30 minutes building to a song that has no end, to reach the fading threshold where the self releases what it's been told to hold so tightly. At the threshold gone, the grip dissolves and something carries on that isn't quite the you that started this. The fading threshold, the whole point of bliss. the murk. The threshold holds until the holding goes, and what remains is only what it knows. The fading line was always where I live. Fading threshold, everything to give.